This was the crossover that we had found when we walked that levee the day that it was flooded. And I come back in here and had a 330 guard just on that other side there. And it looks like we got us a beaver waiting this morning for us. Well, there's that guy there. We're gonna get him out of there. You know, guys, these 330s, there's several different brands, and you'll get all kinds of opinions on them. This right here is a Duke 330, and to be honest with you, it's really about the only 330s I've used, so I can't really give you an opinion or a comparison to the other brands. I've got a few Belial 330s, and they work well also. But I mean, you guys have seen this season proof enough that these cheaper Duke traps catch beaver right behind the neck like you want them to. So I have no complaints on them. And throughout the season, you've seen I've lost I guess 2 of these this year. We lost the one that I had tied to over in the ditch. I had it tied to that tree that was clogging the ditch up, and we got the heavy rain that washed the tree and the trap away. That was the first one I lost this morning. Never did find it. And then just down here a little ways, we got something caught in it. Pulled the stake and lost that trap. So that's 2 of them lost. And I am super glad that both of those that were lost were the cheaper Duke traps than if it would have been the Belial or something more expensive. It's been harder to stomach losing them. Guys, we're just gonna place this right back in here like we've been doing. I'm just gonna take both corners and secure it with sticks here. We're just gonna take some of this debris that's laying around, just kind of camouflage those springs and that trap in a little bit better on both sides, just like that. And then I actually had this log right here behind me. Just take and lay that log right over the top of that trap. I'll be damned. I just caught that beaver 2nd time. Alright. That's the funds of trapping again. Let's get this dude back out of here again. Practice makes perfect, right? So get it reset again. Guys, I won't make you watch this time, but I'll get this thing reset back in here and I'll show you what the finished set looks like when I get it done. I don't know. I guess I got to suffer through setting this thing twice. I might as well make you guys suffer through it, right? Y'all are along for the true ride, the true trapping trip this year, so this is always a part of it. Always something goes as not planned. I'm just gonna, same thing, just kind of camouflage that up a little bit. We're gonna take that log, placing it just like that. That's close enough. It's still gonna make them go underneath that log and through that trap. Get up here, get on down here and check this other one. Getting it done. All right, guys, we're back in here now. So basically what we've got this big ditch here, a levee on both sides. I can't access that side. I can't get down it on the Ranger, so we're going down this road here. And then basically on this side, we've just got kind of a flooded up little slough area. And we've just been driving down through here looking for crossovers, and we found this dam right here, guys. Show you this real neat. Right here is a catfish head, and this is a damage that the otters do. Actually, that's not a catfish, but those otters, I've heard it said that an otter can eat half of his body weight in fish every night. Now here's a bunch of scales where he come up here and worked on that fish and ate on it last night. But you can tell this is a fairly fresh dam. All this mud that they've been bringing up here every night, packing this dam, building it up higher. They just use this grass, what it looks like mostly, to build this thing. But we're gonna get right over here looking for a crossover that they're using on this dam, and I'm really not. Right here is possibly a little bit of a tunnel going through that grass. Now here's where the major water's flowing over it at, but I'm really not seeing anything that just screams out crossover. Maybe right over here on this side. Alright, here's their crossover, guys. So they're coming in. They're coming over right here. And you can see right through there is a tunnel that they're going from side to side. So we're going to take this 330 and we're going to bed it right here in the middle. If we can get it anchored and have it waiting for them when they come back through. This grass all just laid over. There's really no solid foundation here. But we're gonna make something work. And get a trap put in here. So I think what I'm gonna try to do, maybe get right down here where that tree's going across there, and we'll anchor to that tree. Then try to get our trap set right here somewhere on this edge. Yeah, that tree will be enough to anchor with. So we're just gonna come out here at the end of our cable. We're going to go ahead and wrap it around both of these just to give it some more, and if something is able to pull it and get tangled up more, we can find our stick down through here. Guys, I'm sinking up to my knees in mud. So, all right, that's going to be enough slack there to get our trap where we want it. I'm just going to set it right in here. Get the trigger set on it, make sure it's secure, and take our safeties off. Just want that trap right in there about like that. And it's going to be difficult to get it to stay there. What we may try to do is like we did on that culvert set, and find us a stick that we can put through our springs. To get that trap secure there. Maybe we can do this right here. Well, that stickle, that's actually holding it pretty tight right there. Find another one. See if we can get through that spring and down to the mud. Right there at the beginning of the mud. I'm just gonna work that down in there. And that's actually pretty secure right there. Now we're just gonna take some of that grass and lay back over. Kind of camouflage that in. And you can tell right there is where they've been coming over, so what we're hoping is we'll lay something right across the top of this trap, and they're still going to go down and go through that trap right there. And we'll just find us another little stick right here. Let's lay it right across that trap this way. We'll lay this one right across there. Pull some of that grass over, and that's pretty well camouflaged right there. Yeah. Now my trick's going to be to get back up here on this dam. I'm not going to be able to go back up through there. Don't forget my stake and setters. I almost did. I'll be wondering later where I put those things. Oh, it was fun. All right, I'm just looking. Probably gonna be a crossover right over there in that low spot. Maybe not, because there's nothing in that field they want to go out there for. But just taking a quick look down through here and see if I notice anywhere else I can place a trap fairly easy. Tomorrow I may bring a drowning rod tomorrow and put a caster mount right over there with some scent on it, and a drowning rod. All right, look over here too. There's some mud piled up here. Let's go back and take a look at that. Yeah, right here's their crossover, guys. So they're coming up out of this side, and you can definitely see this heavy crossover right here. And then this right here is what they're piling up as a caster mound. Just every time they come through, they'll pull some more mud up. So we're gonna get a foothold and extension, put right here, and then we'll get it down here in a minute. Probably put another foothold on this side. Right, here's a light crossover, it looked like. Let's see here. Now here's the 2 footholds. And we're just gonna walk back down here and get them placed on both sides of this crossover. Alright guys, firefighters gonna use that tree right there as an anchor and make sure that it's secure enough, and it is. So we're just going to wrap our cable wrap our cable around that tree. Come back in, we're going to put our split ring, that cable right through that split ring. Then just work it around like a keychain. That brings it to the center of that loop, and that trap's secured there. And right here's where they're coming down through here. We're just going to make us a flat spot. That we can bed that trap down secure where it's solid. Alright, got that trap set there. And these footholds like this are real fast setting. A few roots and stuff down there on the bottom. Try to pull them out of the way so I can get that trap sitting in the mud. Alright guys, there that is. So they're going to come off right here. Our trap's sitting right there in front of that. Right there in front of where they're coming out of the water at. So hopefully we'll have a beaver here for us in the morning. So I'm going to go right over here to this other side. Do the same thing here. So you can see just a little bit of an indention there. More of where they're going straight down in there. So I'm just going to take my foot, make sure I got a good solid flat spot for that trap to sit on. There we go. Do the same thing here. We're just going to anchor right around that tree right there. Whether you got cable or chain, it's the same thing. I'm just going to come right around here to this tree. We got plenty of chain to go all the way around it. If I didn't, had to stretch it a little bit farther, I would just go up here and attach it around to one of those little smaller limbs. Do the same thing. We're just going to come here where that split ring's wide. Stick that chain through there and turn it. That's going to get that opening through our chain there. And then we're just going to turn it back the other way. Just like you would a keychain. Work that chain through that split ring until that split ring's got that trap link enclosed. Get this trap set. Now I'm going to take all this extra cable and chain that we've got here, this access, I'm going to throw it in the water. Get it off the bank. And then we're just going to take that trap and we're going to lay it right there on that flat spot that we made. Make sure it's secured down there good. And there we go. Anything coming out of the water or coming in the water should step on that trap and be waiting for us in the morning. So that's good. So we found that dam and it ended up making 3 sets right here. I'm gonna get it marked on my GPS, all 3 sets. Give me a flag, marker flag, and put right up here on the bank. really more than anything, them farmers know that I put these flags out, so if they come through here with an excavator to dig this dam out to get the water flowing, they'll see this flag and know that I've got traps set here at the moment. And also, as I'm coming down this trail, I can just watch for my flags marking my spots instead of having to be looking off to the side for the actual places that I set them. So as I was driving through here, this is another spot that kind of caught my eye. You can see it's mud shining over here on this edge. So I'm gonna just stop, get over here and look a little bit, and I see some deer tracks and some raccoon tracks. There's a bobcat track right there. I'm not really seeing. I was thinking maybe, and this might be a castor mound that the beavers have pushed up here. It's a scent mound, but I'm not really seeing a crossover or anywhere that they're coming in and out. So I'm gonna ease on, look over here at this side, make sure there's not an obvious crossover where they're coming in and out at. And I'm not seeing one, so I'm just gonna go on down and see if I might find a better spot on down here. All right, guys, we're actually not 50 yards from where we just stopped and looked at that. You can tell right here's a crossover where they're coming up around that culvert, coming up here. Not just real heavily used, but you can see right here they've got all this dammed off, and this is what's holding the water on this side. They've got this that culvert dammed off right here, not letting the water drain over here into this drainage ditch. So I'll look at it here for a minute. Some more bobcat tracks right there. This almost looks like it might could be a hut right here, but I really believe it's just where they had the excavator in here before and dug this dam out of here, and this is what they dug out. And of course the beaver are back in here just a few days later, got it plugged right back up with stuff. So I don't have anything to make I don't have any of my drowning rods in here. I think that's what I want to do right here. I'll probably put a castor mound with a drowning rod right here. I don't have them with me right now, so I'll bring those back with me in the morning. We'll make a set right here somewhere with a drowning rod and a castor mound. And I think I'll go ahead and throw a 330 right down here where they're going around the edge of this culvert right here. I'm gonna drop a 330 right down there beside it. I'll get it set and show it to you guys. All right, guys, right here's where they're coming down right beside this culvert, using this as a crossover. This isn't an idea here. Normally I want that trap sitting at 9, just straight in line with that crossover, but as deep as it is here in this culvert the way that it is, I couldn't get it exactly set straight there. So what I've done to secure this trap, and it's not sitting on the bottom, it's a good 2 foot off the bottom right here. And what I've done is I've used that spring, set it on top of that culvert, then I've used this stick to wedge that spring down, sticking that stick into the mud. It pushes that spring down on top of that culvert, and that wedges that side of that trap in there. Then over here what I've done is just taken a stick, put through the spring, caught the corner of it there, and I'm just going to take this little bit of debris here, a little bit of bark, and I'm just going to weave it right in there on top of that trap, so it camouflages the top of that trap. So what I'm hoping is they come down here, and as they turn to go through this opening, I'm hoping there's not enough room that they'll go straight down under the water to the bottom and go under the trap, which I don't think they will. I think they'll see this opening right here, stick their head to go through the middle of that trap. So that's what we're hoping. We'll leave it sit here like this and see what happens when we come back in the morning. Then if one's coming from the water, of course they're going to go right through it, go up that where they've been used to going up at. Yeah, guys, I'll show you here real quick. It's just a bunch of debris. I'm not sure if this was a hut that the farmers had dug out, and it's kind of what it looks like to me. They had a hut built on the side of this ledge, and the farmers come in here and knock the hut down. But I wanted to show you this real quick. You know, I talk about the beavers being detrimental to the farmers, causing flooding problems by building dams and stuff, but this is another issue right here. In our area, the beavers have a lot of bank dens. So they'll come into the side when the water's up in here. They'll come in here and they'll dig bank dens at different levels. So as the water rises and falls, they can move their home to different areas. And this is the remnants of a bank den here. Just a hole in the levee here, right on top of this where the farmers drive. So they come in, hollow it out underneath here, and over here's have a entrance coming in this side. You can tell where it's all caved in, where the beavers had this hollowed out for a house, and then over time it caves in, and it's another problem for the farmers. Now here's another entrance hole here. And of course, this is when the water gets high, they'd move out of the lower spots and move into this high bank to stay dry, because inside their house is dry. So just kind of wanted to show you that. If you didn't know, that's another issue. And right here's another hole that's burrowed into this levee here. I almost bet they had this right here looks like they're still coming in and out, bringing fresh mud up here. So they may still be living, even though they tore a lot of this out of here. They probably still got dens in this bank that they're living in. I'll come back tomorrow, probably put another drowning rod right down here at the bottom of this. But just some sign to look for when you're out here scouting for beaver. All right, guys, hang tight. We still got a little ways on this road to go. See what else we can find. Still haven't found a dam. There's not been another dam in this big ditch, just the one. That's all we found. Chances are there'll be another one down here somewhere, and we'll get some traps on it. Remnants of a dam here, and you can tell what's happened. They had a huge dam built all the way across here, like that other side. The farmers have come in here and dug this side of it out as far as they could reach with that excavator, and then the beavers have just kind of started building that dam back up where that debris washed down. It's kind of clogged it up here, and them beavers will start coming in, putting mud on top of all this and building it back up. I'm not seeing any fresh mud down in here, so they're not working on this right now. I haven't seen any heavily used crossovers coming out of this area, so we're just gonna ease on down here a little bit farther and see if we might can find another dam with a little bit more defined crossover to set. And then we'll keep this in mind as we come back through here checking. We may come down through here and put a set in here eventually, but I'm not going to put a set in right now. All right, guys, here's a crossover here too. And you can definitely tell coming out of the water here, going straight across and going back in here. What I'm looking for, and this is definitely a used crossover, would be a good spot to set, but I'm wanting to get in here and catch these beavers pretty fast. So I'm wanting to go to the areas that they're using. And as I look right here, coming out of the water, it doesn't seem wet. Like they're using it every night. There'd be some water. Those leaves down there would be wet. And I'd see fresh mud from where it's falling off of them, or where they use it. Leaves are upturned. I can just tell that this path isn't a regularly traveled path. So I might put a trap here, but it might be 7, 8, 10 days before a beaver comes across, and I want to catch them faster than that. So I'm not going to set this right now. All right, guys, I'm not 20 yards from where I just stopped down here and showed you that crossover that wasn't used. And then right here you can tell this is the crossover that they're using. It's just right down from that other one, but you can see how the right at the edge of the bank, how it's muddy. You can tell that it's wet where they've been coming in and out. And then you can tell coming across here, you can tell that these leaves are disturbed. And then same thing over here. See how muddy it is down here at the bottom? You can tell that they're definitely using this crossover more than they were that other crossover. So I'm going to go ahead and get a foothold on an extension cable, set right over here where we can anchor it to one of these trees, and I'll show you what that looks like well, you guys have seen it, so I probably won't show you, but I'm basically just gonna anchor off to one of these trees here. I'm gonna set a foothold right there at the bottom where that goes into this slough at, where they're coming off the bank into the water. Guys, I hope that was I hope you can see that on camera, what I was talking about, like that last, see if I can get you a little better view. That last crossover we were at, I could tell that it wasn't used, it wasn't wet coming in and out of the water. You can tell like right here, the drag mark, and right here's a drag mark. You can see where their feet come up and dug into that mud. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to find the used crossovers that they're using. And so we're just going to come in here and make a flat spot right here, anchor this trap to this tree, and we'll get this trap set guarding it, so if they come through tonight, we'll have them caught. All right, guys, I hope y'all are able to tell, but right here, we're at the back side now where the beaver are living at, and they've got a huge levee system built all the way from this bank all the way out across this slough, and that's what's making this slough in here. So we're going to grab a, I can see a crossover right here, real defined, so we're going to grab a 330. As we go down through there, we're going to set that crossover. And then I'll take you and we'll walk down the edge of this, see if we can walk down through there a little bit and maybe find another crossover on down there to set also. All right, guys, so we're down here now. I've got this, right here's this crossover. They're coming right across here, going down. What I've done on this trap, there's a stick down there that's on the bottom that they've been going over. It's laying there just like that. So I used that stick, and I normally put the trigger down, but I didn't this time. I put the trigger up so that I could use that bottom stick and put a bottom jaw on both sides of it, just to kind of help secure it in there. Now taking this stick, put through the corner of the spring, and I've just got the eye of this spring pushed down with this stick through that eye, anchored in there pretty good. So that trap's there. They're used to coming through here. I didn't disturb it much. I left that stick right where it was, hoping they'll go to step, remember that stick being there, and go through it and go through our trap. Climbed down here. I brought a couple more conibears with me, or a conibear and a foothold, and we're just gonna walk. We're gonna walk this levee down through here and just see if we might can find another good spot to put a trap down through here. And you can tell they're in here every night building this levee up. There's fresh mud all down through here. When we find another spot up here to make a set, we'll have a good catch in here. And you can tell the water's a good 2 foot deeper on this upper side than it is below it. So it's a pretty good sized dam they've got built across here. Hope you guys can hear all the frogs out here, but there's a ton of frogs croaking. We're starting to dry up out here, so there's really not going to be any reason for them to come over here to this side of it. We're going to go ahead and walk down here to this other end, just see if we can see anything that sticks out or not. At this point, I'm probably not going to make another set down here, just keep from making this walk every day, check it. Unless something just really sticks out, but you guys can see how long this levee is. They've still got it built up all the way out here. Holding that water in there. It's starting to peter out a little bit now, so you can still tell they're still bringing debris up here, building this up, trying to hold it in there. Guys, one thing too, I've got a big area, a big farm I'm trapping right now, so I'm not real keen on hiking back into places like this. But if this was the only area that you had, 1 or 2 areas like this to set, you'd be able to look out across here and you can see those travel ways. Probably gonna be one right there, Another one right here. It's just trails that they use every night to come over here to this levee and work on it. And if you can get out in there and locate those trails, you can place these 330s right in those trails and pick them up as they're moving about and around. But anyway, I'm not gonna put another trap here. I'm just gonna have that one crossover set up there on the levee. We can check it real quick and move on down here. This is gonna be basically the end of where they're living at, but they may be traveling right along the side of that levee. There's another big ditch on this wood line, big drainage ditch, and this levee should tee into that one. And there may be some activity where the two meet at. We're gonna get down there and look at it, maybe make a set. All right, guys, we're just down. That last crossover we said was just right up here on the edge of this levee. And then as we come on down, there's not much water out there off of this levee, little side ditch here, you can see it. But right here, they've got a dam built. And just past that tree there in the middle, it's broken in half. I can see a crossover that they're using to cross. So I'm gonna go down there and get a set put on that crossover, guarding it. And then just right up here a little ways, we're almost to where this water drains off into that big ditch, and we'll check for some crossings and stuff there. All right, guys, so I got down here. That actually wasn't a crossover that I was seeing over there. So what I'm gonna do is make a dam break right here. I normally don't like to make dam breaks when I first come in and set a new area, but this is gonna be the bottom side, the last dam that this colony is using. So all the beaver are living upstream from here in the deeper water, and this is their last dam. So on this last dam, I'm gonna go ahead and make a break right here. I don't want it real wide, maybe just a little bit wider than what my foot is. And I'm just gonna stomp and push that mud down and get that water flowing out of here. And now, as muddy as this is down here, I'm gonna have to make me an area in front of this that's sturdy, that's a solid surface for me to set that trap on. So what I'm going to do is take a bunch of sticks and I'm going to make me a platform on top of that soft mud that's solid that I can place that trap on. So right there, so I'll take them sticks, I'll shove one end down into the mud like this here. Now let's come up here and step on that and push all that platform down into the mud. And that's going to make me a solid platform there to place that trap on. This mud down here, I'm going down shin deep. If I step off those sticks, I'm sinking shin deep down into the mud. So now I got that platform made there in front of that break. I'm just going to get this trap set. I'm going to place it right on that platform that I just made. Right in front of where I made that dam break. So now they're going to notice the water's going down in here because of this break that I made. And they're going to come over here tonight and they're going to want to fix it. And as they're pushing debris and stuff up, patching this hole, hoping they'll put their foot down on that solid platform and right on top of my trap and be caught when we get here in the morning. So that's the thought behind that set. All right, guys, we're down here at the end of it now. I was hoping I could get back up on this this big levee road here and ride it back around, but they've got it cut out here for that water to drain better. But just looking right here is a good big crossover that's coming across this gap. Those animals are coming down that side and they're coming right up through here. This is not going to be beaver activity. It's probably going to be mostly otter and coons, so we're not going to place a trap on it. And right over here they've got a little gap cut in this little cross levee here, and the beavers have come in here and got a little dam built up just holding what water's left in here. I'm not going to set it just to keep from having to come all the way down here every day, since I can't go through anyway. I'll just turn around that last set, but we've got the 2 dams above this set, so any beaver traveling through here is going to be caught in one of those 2 sets. So but this will be a spot we can remember, you know, if we need to later, we can come back and make a set here. And right here, guys, this is a perfect spot to catch a coyote or bobcat or any other animal traveling through here. You can see all the tracks over there, and then the really defined trail going across the top of that levee and through there. But we're not after them right now, so we're going to leave them be. But this will be a good spot to remember for next year early, and we want to get down here and get some traps set early for those we can. Guys, thanks for watching. This may be a little bit longer video than what we've been doing, but just now getting back after it. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos. Remember to like and share and subscribe to the videos if you're liking them.